G'day guys, my name's Taz, and in the endless quest to slim down the front of this XVS650 Classic, we are going to put on very, very narrow handlebars. This is normally a really easy job, but it's got these Oxford heated grips on, and it might take a bit of time to get the actual grips off before I can replace the bars and put a little bit more retro style hand grip on. Let's go POV and let's get into it. This video is brought to you by the Tasmanian Organic Coffee Co. It's coffee with conscience. Single source, organic, Colombian or Himalayan coffee from Tasmania, Australia. As per usual, we've gone POV with the GoPro, and this is the quickest and easiest way that I've found to show it as a step-by-step process. What we've got to do to install these guys is remove the stuff off the handlebars, take these plugs out, lift the bars out, put the new bars in, and then tighten everything down on the angle we're after, and then put the grips on, and yeah, put it all back together. These are on very, very tight, so this might be a little bit of an epic to get them off, but we'll see how we go. Using an 11mm, we'll just get rid of this N-Star X grip. These are an awesome phone holder. $37 from eBay. I have them on pretty much every bike I've got. Just, yeah, really cool. Works really well. For the bobber style, we won't be needing a phone holder. Just gonna use a couple of blankets to put over the tank, because it's very, very easy to dent your tank when you're doing this job. So just use a 5mm. I might just put that back together. Just keep everything in one spot so we're not losing bits. Some side cutters. Come out there. Just Phillips to loosen these off. Jesus. Put these screws in here so that they don't get lost. Just twist this cup off. Righto. Pretty sure I'm going to have to cut this off. Wow, Jesus. Righto, that I was thinking this would be an easy job. There. And take that there. Right. Okay, so using a 6mm. We marked the tops of the risers. Thank God. These are the stock bars. They're a little bit wide for someone my size. These are the Z bars or Z bars that I'm going to be putting on. They're pretty narrow. They're an 8-inch lift, but because they're so much more narrow, the stock cables will fit, no worries. I don't reckon I'll even have to reroute, so that's handy. Cool, that's an easy fit there. Yeah, so I might just loosely put them on. Just lightly nip them up to hold them in position while we work. These are these stock grips, and we don't want them. We actually just want the throttle tube off the stock grips. Cool. And then this one. Just take these back out. This will just have to be adjusted. I like my bars to run in line with the sort of rake of the fork. I don't like them pushed too far forward. I find it changes the geometry and it changes the way that it steers. Yeah, that's about right there. So we'll tighten that up so it doesn't move too much. And then we'll set the position of the brakes and the mirrors and the throttle. These guys are 1-inch Coke bottle grips from thirdgear.com.au. I've had them sitting in the sun for a while, so they're nice and pliable. There's the throttle sleeve, there's the other side. So we'll just put that one aside for the moment. This is a Super Hold Salon hairspray. And this is the best way I have found to hold grips on. So the hairspray itself acts as a lubricant, and then when it dries, it acts as a glue. Perfect. I like my fingers basically flat. So hold that there. Tighten that off. Cool, we'll tighten that off there. Nip these up. This is the grip for the throttle sleeve. Perfect. This is a pretty important part of it. Every time you change bars, you tend to have to adjust the throttle cable. So this usually is enough. Because of the size of these bars and that bend, it's not snapping back. So I've just got to get in and adjust the throttle cable down this end. It looks like it's a 10, and if we back it off, one last thing to do is adjust the mirrors, and we'll get new mirrors and install them in time, but these don't look terrible. There is the lane splitter style Z bars or Z bars. I think they look absolutely awesome. They're very narrow, and they probably don't really suit the bike at this point, but once I get all the other modifications on, then it'll suit a lot better. We found that the little peg head that is meant to lock into a hole in the bar are being ground off, which is not that big an issue. You can turn the throttle without it spinning, but it is meant to be a safety feature, and it's not there, but it doesn't overly bother me as such. These are the bars that are on it, and there is a hole there, but I'd hazard a guess to say somewhere in this bike's history it's had different bars on it, and someone's just ground that peg off. I don't even actually mind these 1100 mirrors that I've put on it, but they'll probably end up being replaced with something a little slimmer. Even though I quite like it, but it's just way too big and fat, is this 7-inch headlight. I've jumped online and I've ordered something to replace it, and I'm looking forward to putting a smaller headlight on, just to, again, slim it down. I don't think I'll go a 4-inch, I think I will go a 5 1/4, just to keep it somewhat legal in Australia. The other thing is that these stupid lollipops, or what look like crash bars, they'll have to come off very quickly. Again, just to slim the bike down and give it that narrow lane splitter, chopper, Jap style or Japanese style bobber that I'm going for. Didn't go particularly smoothly, but they're on. I think they look great. And guys, I will leave you there. I'll see you next time. Till then, I'm out.